Focus. What's up, man? It's your boy Karceno here. I decided to answer a couple of questions since I can't sleep. I don't know what it is, but I just really can't sleep anymore. It's difficult. So I said, why not help my fans out? Answer some of their questions that they had. I saw some interesting ones here. One that's telling me to get out this room. One telling me to throw out the poster. Buy a new cam. No, I'm going to tell you why I keep going in and out of focus. There's a feature that every time, like we're going live to YouTube, like this is no edits, this goes up to YouTube and is downloaded. So if I was to do a video on the other platform, I could change, because every time I shut the computer and come back on, the autofocus is back on. Now I can cut that off if I go through the other formats, and I just don't feel like going through that just to talk about boxing. Yeah, you might do see a lot of stuff there, dude. All that stuff is very monumental to the rest of my day. A CD, a disc, something there that I'm supposed to grab to remember. Gotta go. And okay, here it is. Who are some of Mayweather's sparring partners he's using for Marcos Maidana? I don't know that right now. I'll try to find out, and I'll get that information to you. But mostly, they've changed a lot. They don't really use a lot of outside guys. They mostly use guys that they have that are in-house already, that's already in the Mayweather gym. So most of those guys get the shot, unless it's a very specific fighter that they like and they want to use for a sparring partner. This question asks, like, why do boxing websites, everybody posts the same thing, and then they act as if they're the sole proprietor of the information. I guess, okay, when everybody has the same, okay. What he's saying is what everybody else is saying, basically. Like when you see a press conference and you see a lot of people gathered around the press conference and they all recording the same interview, and then it's on everybody's boxing website and everybody say exclusive here, exclusive there, exclusive. Well, the difference is, man, everybody has their own niche. I mean, somebody's getting paid. I mean, they're not going to cut you a check. So you're going to set up your own and get your own money. Totally understandable to me. I mean, look at when we first started this thing. When it was blood boxing. I don't even remember 78 being here then. He probably was, but Strike Hearts was there. D Stores, D Style, Joe Abib, Carlito. You had all of these guys. Ashy Knuckles was there. You know, you had all of these guys that was there, but they were individual. You know, Calix. They were all individuals who had their own avenues that most of them end up bridging in together. And then it didn't, ultimately in the end, those things don't work out, and everybody wants to have their own pull of direction as far as where to go to. Like, I read another site if they have some information. I don't care about going there. I mean, if I want to know about Golden Boy or Richard Schaefer, I go to Boxing Scene. If I want to know about Andre Ward, go to Fight Hype. If you want to know about Robert Guerrero, I mean, not Robert Guerrero, but Robert Garcia's and Brandon Rios and Mikey, you go to Ellie Setback. You know, if you want to know about what's going on in the Mayweather gym, you go to Chris Robinson. You know, it's like if you want to know what's Amir Khan, you want to know what's going on with him, you go to Michelle Phelps. And you want to know what Gabe Rosado, you got Michelle Rosado. No relation, but you want to know what's going on with them, there you go. If I want to know about Floyd Mayweather, I just pick up the phone. So, and that aspect, at our website, you have the option to all. Yeah, if you're going to go to the Boxing Voice, you learn about Danny Garcia and the Garcia camp. So, I mean, you get it. You know, you can ultimately get it all on our site. But it doesn't really matter. I mean, as long as you get the information, and just think 5 years ago, like, it's harder now. If you decided, like, man, I want to get into this boxing thing, I'm going to get me a YouTube channel and I'm going to go. It's a little hard to do it now. You have to lay the foundation back when YouTube was started to be really taken seriously in the community. I mean, seriously. Nonito Dunier, I mean, it depends. They saying Nonito might get knocked out in his next fight. It depends. He may not. It's just, you never know how those fighters are going to do on the main stage against world-class opposition. I mean, you guys might not feel, a lot of you might not feel Nonito's world-class because he lost to Reagan now, but he is. And the fact is, the only thing that I would be concerned about with Nonito Dunier is his mind. Where is his mind? Where is his head? You know, he's really outside the ring, you know, mentally. And I think he's treating boxing like it's just a job now, you know. And those type of things are a little alarming. You know, he's got a family and he has avenue, he has money. So it's kind of like what he's fighting for. He's really at the tail end of his career. If he loses one more fight, he's done. He's not going to fight anymore, I don't think. Okay. Why Timothy Bradley stays so quiet? That's Timothy Bradley. I mean, Timothy Bradley, that's another thing. Not all the fighters are like Floyd, or they're very out there. Tim Bradley, his character is family man, very quiet, very subdued attitude. So because he has that subduedness, it's how he lives his life. You know, he's very happy being in the town that he's in and being just known right there. But that doesn't sell tickets. So he's going to always need a dance partner, and he will always probably be on the B side of the situation, no matter if he's world champion or not. I can't say Floyd's ducking a man who never attempted to make a fight with Floyd Mayweather. I mean, Floyd's not going to go to him to try to make the fight. Why would he do that? He's at the apex of the game. He's not going to... You're supposed to be challenging him. And they didn't want to go in that avenue. They see it as more lucrative to stay here fighting top ranked guys. So if you got any problems, take it up with Tim Bradley. What else is going on? How did you and Bob Arum get so tight, Karceno? You guys are like buddies. Actually, I met Bob Arum at an airport in LAX. I think back in 2009, and once he recognized I wasn't a fanatic and realized that I knew about the business of boxing, and that, like, when he was talking, I was able to grasp what he was saying and still talk with a level-headed mind. You know, I wasn't, Pacquiao's a Roy guy. He ducking. He just on Roy's. He's scared. You know, see, I wasn't a guy like that. So since I wasn't like that, You know, we got along just fine, no problems. And ever since then, you know, it's been a level of respect, you know, as far as how we talk and do business. And shoot, we may be doing some big business soon. um, Gabe Montoya. Oh man, I haven't heard that name in a while. This guy just said, "What's the latest and greatest with Gabe Montoya?" Remember that guy? Now he's the the anti-doping expert. Look, whatever he finds as a niche, he's an actor that wants to become an actor in Hollywood and wants to become big. Since that's not going to happen, he's going to try to become the biggest fixture on social media that he can to try to stick out. So he's stuck in boxing. So this is not what he wanted to do. This was a first step for him to launch his acting career. I mean, hey, Gabe, if you're out there, keep misleading people and giving them that information that you think is very important. And I'll keep telling them why in the world you listening to him in the first place. What's next? Nope. Scrolling down. Carl Frost won't come back to America. He would, I guess. I just think Carl Frost makes more money being at home. He don't have to travel. Did you see what's going to go down with him and Groves in the second fight? They both going to make so much money, they both could swim in it. So, if you go where the money is, if it's not even worth it to cross the waters, then I'm not coming across the water if I can make some money here. Well, I go way out there to make some money, and people give me, I'll leave them there, they don't travel, because they had to go where the money was. They go on a tour around the European country to go get money. It wasn't like if they could make the money here back then, you think they would have took their butt over there? They'd be like, no, you come see me here. Think people were giving you deals like Floyd's getting, $25 million just to fight at the MGM Grand? Are you serious? So what do me and Floyd to Mayweather talk about? I don't know. I mean, it's not. It depends. If I call somebody like Floyd, I'm not gonna say, "Hey, Floyd, what you doing?" None. I'm just chilling. You know, if y'all think that's the kind of, I've never had that kind of conversation with Floyd Mayweather. If I call Floyd and I need to get in contact with him, first, the number I had with Floyd, I had his direct number. Floyd had like about 4 phones. So the number I had was the direct. He changed that once he got out of jail and everything else, so I lost that number. Meaning that he gave that phone to one of his family members. So that's their line now. And now I got another number that if I need to call, I can get him, or I can call Leonard Ellerby. Oh my God, I don't know why, but I can call him. And 3 years later, the message will get back to Floyd. So, I mean, you could take different avenues. If I really need to get to him, I can. But I gotta have a reason to call him. You know, that's me. I'm not gonna call him and say, "Hey, what's this I read about you and Miss Jackson?" You know, that's not something I'm gonna even share. Or I'm not even that dude. You know, there's some guys that's out there that's like that. They want to know what's going on with Miss Jackson. Did he beat up a guy? You know, it's just certain things you don't go up to people and say. And that's one of them. But you will not be in that circle, buddy. Trust me. Uh, my Manny Pacquiao, my voice impressions. Is there any other voice impressions you do? I love it when you do Manny Pacquiao and Miguel Cotto. Uh, so this guy wanted to know if I know any more impressions. I don't know, dude. I probably do. I just can't just think of it and go off the head and probably give you one. Sean used to love when I did The Undertaker. I mean, that's where you mostly get your practice doing voices is wrestling. If you was watching wrestling back in the day, you wanted to do all the voices, like all the wrestlers' voices, and it all started from there. And that I could remember doing somebody's voice. And you do Macho Man, you do the what's his name, the Percy Pringle, and Brother Love. I was doing all of those guys back then. But I'm not in the mood. All of that is about being in the right section, the right mood. I'm like agitated. I can't get any sleep, so I'm up doing videos. And it's where I get to tackle all these questions. Yeah. What movie's out right now that I could watch, Karceno? That's hot. Well, movies that's hot. I haven't really done any movie reviews in a while. Why? Because, like I told you before, they really are not catering to our community, the African American community. Every movie that's with us, it's got to be silly, ridiculous, or we slaves. I mean, I like Kevin Hart movies, but you see the same there's more than 4 or 5 black actors in the world. At least I'm assuming there is. I know with Hollywood had a way it won't be. And it's like they don't care. It's like, we're going to push you out and we're going to force you to watch our movies. And come watch us and don't support your people's movies. So, I have a problem with that. So I really just kind of shied away from doing reviews. I'm like, I'm not going to sit here and promote your movie, which it really isn't as great as this movie here, and you don't even approve on a budget, and you just recycling garbage over and over again. So it's like, why you want me to just go and do a review and tell you how garbage this movie really is? Right now, though, if there was a movie to check out, I would say go see. If you haven't seen it. The Monuments Men is a good movie. Depends on what type of movie you like a history movie or something that's entertaining. I don't really know what people's problem is with Son of God. I found that to be interesting. It's a good movie if you're into that mode and you have 3 hours. 3 Days to Kill. Kevin Costner's back. He's basically playing a CIA agent, and he's got a couple of days to live. And he's trying to bond with his daughter, who hasn't seen in a while because he's been in the CIA. And the new 300 movie was decent. I like that. I mean, it was a bunch of made for film in there as far as mixing it up with the real history, but other than that, that's cool. Need for Speed. I mean, I love the fact that it was no CGI, nothing. This was real driving taking place. It's just the actual acting was terrible. People was just ridiculous. It was great acting mixed in with people who can't act, and in a lot of the situations was just plain ridiculous. But it's a good action movie. I mean, it's Marge. Good movie for Marge. The Muppets came out? Oh, man. I didn't know that.